This is the Russian commander accused of orchestrating heinous war crimes in Bucha. Lieutenant Colonel Azatbek Omurbekov has been branded the Butcher of Bucha over the mass slaughter of civilians in the Kyiv commuter town. Ukrainian intelligence indicates that he commands the 64th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade, involved in Bucha's occupation before retreating to Belarus last week. Omurbekov, a veteran soldier, was blessed by a Russian Orthodox priest in November. After the service, he was quoted as saying, "History shows that we fight most of our battles with our souls. Weapons are not the most important thing." Camera icon Lieutenant Colonel Azatbek Omurbekov was blessed by an Orthodox priest in November last year before his deployment to Ukraine. Unknown are supplied. As Ukraine said troops behind the atrocities could already be back on the front line, one report suggested they could be sent to areas which left them no chance of surviving to stop them testifying at war crimes trials. Grisly images of what are claimed to be civilians allegedly carried out by Russian forces in Bucha before they withdrew have stirred a global outcry in recent days and prompted Western nations to expel dozens of Moscow's diplomats and propose further sanctions, including a ban on coal imports from Russia. Under international law, a military commander is responsible for any war crimes committed by his troops. Camera icon A woman in Ukraine that was allegedly raped and branded with a swastika by Russian forces in Bucha. Twitter. The International Court of Justice rules on disputes between states, but cannot prosecute individuals. If the ICJ ruled against Russia, the UN Security Council would be responsible for enforcing that. But Moscow could veto any proposal to sanction it, as one of the Council's 5 permanent members. If investigators at the International Criminal Court find evidence of atrocities carried out by Omurbekov's men, the prosecutor will ask ICC judges to issue arrest warrants to bring individuals to trial in The Hague. However, the court relies on states to arrest suspects. And because Russia is not a member of the court, Putin will not extradite any suspects. Individuals suspected of war crimes who travel to another country could be arrested. Camera icon a lifeless body of a man with his hands tied behind his back lies on the ground in Bucha. Vadim Gerda, AP. The ICC can also prosecute the offense of waging aggressive war, the crime of an unjustified invasion beyond justifiable military action in self-defense. Hugh Williamson of Human Rights Watch told the BBC there is evidence of summary executions and other grave abuses by Russian forces. There's one interesting episode in our Ukraine report where a commander instructs the soldiers to take out 2 civilians and shoot them, he said. 2 of the soldiers object to this and that command is not carried out. So, there's clear evidence of some incidents in the Russian army, but also a command and control element to it. Camera icon soldiers walk amid destroyed Russian tanks in Bucha. Rodrigo Abd, AP. ABC News foreign correspondent James Longman interviewed a local man called Mikola, who described Russian soldiers ing all the men below 50 and giving him 20 minutes to bury his friends. In a thread on Twitter, he added, "Russians asked for documentation when they got there. Anything in your papers that made them think you were a threat, and you were." He said they made the men strip off, looking for tattoos. Perhaps military tattoos. This whole town is a crime scene. Camera icon Azatbek Omurbekov, who was given a medal for outstanding service in 2014 by Dmitry Bulgakov, the deputy Russian defense minister, now stands accused of organizing the alleged rape, pillage and of hundreds of Ukrainian civilians unknown are supplied. The Kremlin has predictably denied the allegations and claimed the images of civilians were a crude forgery staged by the Ukrainians themselves. Omurbekov, who is thought to be about 40 and was given a medal for outstanding service in 2014 by Dmitry Bulgakov, the deputy Russian defense minister, now stands accused of organizing the alleged rape, pillage and of hundreds of Ukrainian civilians. According to Inform Napalm, a Ukrainian volunteer initiative that monitors the activities of the Russian military and special services, Omurbekov was blessed by an Orthodox priest in November last year before his deployment to Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky shocked the UN into silence after accusing Russia of committing genocide in Ukraine, comparing Moscow's military to the Islamic State terror group, and demanding that Putin be brought to justice for his alleged atrocities in a video address to the Security Council.